When God created man in the garden, he said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Genesis 1:26-27. Thus we were made in the image of God, and from our bodies we can gain a glimpse of who our God is. So let's learn who God is through the embodiment of the prophecy.
The foot is the portion upon which the body stands. For the Hebrew word for foot is takath, which means underneath. And when Moses walked unto the mountain, God commanded him to remove his sandals from underneath his feet. When the Lord saw that he turned aside to look, God called to him from the midst of the bush and said, "Moses, Moses." And he said, "Here I am." Then he said, "Do not come near here. Remove your sandals from your feet, for the place on which you're standing is holy ground." Exodus 3:4-5. And Joshua was commanded just the same. The captain of the Lord's host said to Joshua, "Remove your sandals from your feet, for the place where you are standing is holy." And Joshua did so. Joshua 5:15. And God commanded the people to wash their feet in his presence. Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet from it. When they enter the tent of meeting, they shall wash with water, so that they will not die, or when they approach the altar to minister, by offering up in smoke a fire sacrifice to the Lord. So they shall wash their hands and their feet, so that they will not die. And it shall be a perpetual statute for them, for Aaron and his descendants throughout their generations. Exodus 30:19-21. And the Hebrew word for wash is rakatz, which means to wash away. For we are to wash away with water that which was unholy, the dust of this earth from our feet. And the Son would come and teach his disciples how to wash their feet with water. So when he had washed their feet and taken his garments and reclined at the table again, he said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for so I am. If I then, the Lord and the teacher, washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I gave you an example that you also should do as I did to you. Truly, truly, I say to you, a slave is not greater than his master, nor is one who is sent greater than the one who sent him." John 13:15-16. And now that our feet are washed, the Lord can guide our feet onto the righteous path. For the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn that shines brighter and brighter until the full day. The way of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. Proverbs 4:18-19. And as the Son taught us, listen to this. Behold, the sower went out to sow. As he was sowing, some seed fell beside the road, and the birds came and ate it up. Other seed fell on the rocky ground, where it did not have much soil. And immediately it sprang up because it had no depth of soil. And after the sun had risen, it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. Other seed fell upon the thorns, and the thorns came up and choked it, and it yielded no crop. Other seeds fell unto the good soil, and as they grew up and increased, they yielded a crop, and produced 30, 60, and 100-fold. Mark 4, 3-8. Thus, the earth is just dust when compared to God's heavenly kingdom. For the Greek word for foot is pos, which means footstool. And the earth is just the footstool from which all men approach God. Heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Isaiah 66:1. For this earth is ruled by the ruler of this earth, whose name is Satan. And soon the earth shall be destroyed. For it was not David who ascended into heaven, but he himself says, "The Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand, until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet." Therefore let all the house of Israel know for certain that God has made him both Lord and Christ, this Jesus whom you crucified. Acts 2:34-36. Thus the day will soon come when the Son's feet shall stand on the mount and stand before men. For in that day his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, which is in front of Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives will be split in its middle from east to west by a very large valley, so that half of the mountain will move towards the north, and the other half towards the south. You will flee by the valley of my mountains, for the valley of the mountains will reach to Azel. Yes, you will flee just as you fled before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. Then the Lord my God will come, and all the holy ones with him. Zechariah 14:3-5.